you technically saying Ausbildung is better than masters?
I dare to say so, yeah.
Cool.
In Germany.
Cool.
There is
basically
thousands of Ausbildung in Germany. You think about anything you want to do, anything you have interest in.
Yeah.
You want to be building glasses, there is an Ausbildung for it. You want to be make shoes, design clothing, interior design, cooking, cleaning, there is an Ausbildung for it. Filming, design, like literally everything, there is an Ausbildung for it.
Hello guys, welcome again to Onlyfacts Podcast. Once again, I'm your favorite host, Loreto here, and I'm here again with our amazing guest, Success from Hamburg, and she's here to have a very unique conversation with us as well, to discuss alternate path if you're not like going into university, or a tertiary institution, basically. Germany has like a very good path you can always follow as well, which is called Aussbildung, sort of like apprenticeship, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're here to discuss that today, and I'll let her introduce herself, and then we can start catching up and having that conversation.
Yeah. Find me on socials at Diary of a Nigerian German. I own an African clothing brand called Rogire in Germany. Amongst other things, I am a freight and logistics specialist, and I am the curator of the YouTube brand Diary of a Nigerian German. Yeah. And let me add a Ausbildung enthusiast. I'm a pro getter Ausbildung. Yeah.
Oh, right. That's so many things you're doing at the same time. Yeah, that's pretty productive person, I would say. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. So now that we know you, so can you tell us, for you, how would you say Ausbildung impacted on you personally? So doing this rather than like university at that point in time.
Yeah. So I think the fact that you have the option to learn on the job and become a specialist and actually get certified for it and get a job that is good in Germany is really nice. Let me put it that way, right?
Yeah.
So let me just quickly break down. An Ausbildung is a vocational training program that is offered in Germany where you get to study. So you differentiate between a schulische Ausbildung and a duale Ausbildung. So a schulische Ausbildung is a school-based Ausbildung. So most time, nursing Ausbildung is a school-based Ausbildung. You get to do practicals at the hospital, at a, doctor's office or something. So you get to do different practicals, 3 weeks here, 3 weeks there, just to get insights on the job, what's going on. So that would be a schulische Ausbildung. And then you have a dual Ausbildung, which basically means you are employed by a company to learn a particular trade, and you also study. So there is also a school part. So you're learning while doing a job and going to school. And you also get paid. So that is the pro part of it. Unlike university study where you actually even pay to get study. You actually have to get block accounts and so many other stuff. With an Ausbildung, it's not like that. And there is, let me say, 90% guarantee that you get a job after an Ausbildung, job placements, because most times the company are not training you for training's sake. They're training you to actually employ you. So they have like a plan or a employment plan. So they know 5 people are going into pension in the next 5 years. So we're going to get 5 new Ausbildung spaces to train the next generation to take over those spaces. Now, after your Ausbildung, the company can also decide not to employ you, but you're already what you learned. So basically, you can apply to other company that are in that sector.
And you have experience as well.
Yeah, so you have work experience as well. And I've never seen someone that did an Ausbildung that doesn't have a job willingly, except they don't want to work. Or maybe,
No, I mean,
situations.
I think doing an Ausbildung satisfy that, HR saying where, you just finish university, but you need 5 years experience. So basically you already have the experience while you're studying at that point in time. So just before I get back to this, so I just wanted to clarify for our audience as well. So did you do an Ausbildung or yeah, you did. Okay. Yeah. So that was what I wanted to clarify. So going forward, so would you say? I think you've always like be curious to ask this, right? With people who've done, because I think the good thing is you've done both. You've done Ausbildung. You also went to uni as well, so which is absolutely excellent. What would you say is the major differences between both? So I know you've mentioned one critical aspect of Ausbildung, that you're 90% sure you're going to get a job, right? You're not going to wait for too long because you already have experience, or you already have an employer that you've been working for during that time period as well.
Yeah.
So apart from that, what other differences would you say there are between, uni and Ausbildung?
There's the earning while learning. So you actually earn while on Ausbildung. You don't earn like a full-time worker, but you get a payment per month. I think when I was doing so I did an Ausbildung too. In German, you call it Kauffrau für Spedition und Logistikdienstleistungen, which basically just says freight forwarding and logistics specialist, right?
Thank you for saying anything. Thank you. I was lost.
That was the Ausbildung. It was for 3 years, and I did it with DHL. And I think in my first year, I was earning 800 per month, and maybe after paying a tax, I get like 750. And I think I started my Ausbildung when I was 17, 18-ish. For a 17 years old, earning 700. That was good money. Let me put it that way. So after my Ausbildung, my salary definitely increased significantly. And also the placement was easier because I was coming in I went to this school. I am a specialist. I went to different exams. I passed my exam. I worked with a company for 2 years, because also you working for a company for 2 years is also a test. So they also assume you understand the German work culture. You understand the experience that comes with what you want to get into. And German workers value experience over your certificate.
So this is one thing I tell people. So I can tell you categorically, once you start having experiences, especially in like German firms, you always get like LinkedIn approaches basically, and it's practically up to you. And also when you start applying, let's say you quit your job or you lose your job, when you start applying, you're always going to get interviews. The only thing is, what is the only thing is left for you to see what the salary band is, what the work culture is, and see, and then see what your long-term goal is at that point in time, and what you want to do. So then is there left for you? So that's one unique thing I've observed about Germany. Honestly, is why I like the German working, like the working system and the work culture. I think it's excellent. I think it's also why I see them why they do well in a lot of industries in terms of, if it's engineering, if it's, architecture, if it's, if it's like, IT services as well, right? Because they believe in the critical aspect, which is experience. And how you work. So it's also why I think the 6 months probation thing is also a good thing as well, because they say, okay, you have the experience, let's see
how you fit in,
in this 6 months period of time. So I think honestly, I haven't worked in all of the countries around the world, but I've had conversations with friends that are also around the world as well. And I think from those conversations, for me, honestly, I would say German work environment is one of the best I've seen, everywhere. And I think for me personally, Ausbildung, I think it's incredible. I think it's a good thing. I think, if more countries should do this, people will become expert in something. And also they don't have that stress of not earning or thinking about expenses while they're studying as well. So sorry to cut you short and go into my little bit of rant and appreciation of Germany.
No problem.
So how long was your Ausbildung?
Just 3 years.
Just 3 years, okay.
The typical time for Ausbildung in Germany is 3 years. You need a high school leaving certificate that is equivalent to the German high school leaving certificate. There's special Ausbildung like a air traffic controller that you will need what's it called? No, you need a middle school leaving certificate. Apologies. So like if you want to do air traffic controller, which is a bit more intense, you will need a high school leaving certificate. But 90% or 95% of the Ausbildung in Germany, you can get it done with a middle school leaving certificate. That is equivalent to the German the German school.
So what's the difference between a living school certificate and a high school, a middle school
So
certificate?
I don't even know if I'm using the right word because I'm equivalating it to the Nigerian school. So if you're having a GSS3,
no, you can tell us like the German term though.
So it's a mittlerer Schulabschluss. It's a middle school living certificate. If you translate
is this like after high school or
no, this is like class 10. So class 10 should be pre-high school, I think, and then you go to high school, which is class 11, 12. And sometimes 13. And then with the class 13 results, you can get into uni. So with your class 10 result, you can't get into uni in Germany.
Yes, now I understand.
So you need a class 12 or 13 result to get into school in Germany, into uni in Germany. So with the class 10 result, you can get Ausbildung done. And I think, especially for Africans, we should be interested in Ausbildung more than master's degree. We come from a place where it's like, we appreciate academics. We appreciate doctor, professor, this and that. But when you are in Germany, sorry to say, nobody gives a shit about your doctorate degree if you don't have experience to back it up. Right. I don't want to say nobody gives a shit because, I mean, you still worked hard for it. But in some sectors...
I mean, I get what you mean. I hope our audience understand.
I hope I get what I mean and don't drag it out of content. If you have a doctorate degree, bravo. I salute and stuff. But if you want to really get job placements, you want to thrive and you want to do that fast and easy without literally stress. I had someone talking to me and said, I have 10 years of logistic experience from Nigeria but I can't find job placement. And I'm like, okay, what are you doing currently? I'm doing a master's program. It's not going to change anything. After your master's program, you're still not going to probably find jobs placement because you don't have the experience to back it up. If I were in your shoe, I would look for practicas. I'll offer my services to a company. Let me come and work for you for 3 months. Don't pay me or anything. Maybe part-time, maybe just twice a week. Just to write in my CV, I did a practical with this shipping company, for example, or maybe apply for an Ausbildung space, right? So I think Ausbildung is the way to go. My boss only did the Ausbildung and she's the general manager of my company. So you don't need a master's degree to get to a particular height in Germany. So pro Ausbildung and
So are you technically saying Ausbildung is better than masters?
I dare to say so,
Cool.
In Germany.
Cool.
In Germany. In very few sectors, you'll be like, okay, there are jobs, you can't do a Ausbildung to become a doctor, right? You can't do a Ausbildung to become a lawyer. You can do a Ausbildung to become a lawyer assistant. You can do a Ausbildung to become a doctor assistant, a surgeon assistant, a whatever assistant. But there are jobs you can do do an Ausbildung in. But if you want to do simple office jobs, IT, administrative stuff, even construction, get into building, get into bus drivers, I don't know, anything. There is
basically
thousands of Ausbildung in Germany. You think about anything you want to do, anything you have interest in. You want to be building glasses, there is an Ausbildung for it. You want to be make shoes, design clothing, interior design, cooking, cleaning, there is an Ausbildung for it. Filming, design, literally everything. There is an Ausbildung for it.
So guys, you heard it from sources. Ausbildung is way better it's better than masters. And she would rather we all do Ausbildung. She would rather, if it's possible for you
to do Ausbildung,
than going for masters.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. But would you say technically, your university, degree or your university time give you a different perspective that you didn't see while you were doing Ausbildung, or you say there's no indifference in between, or you think it's just for the certification rather than you didn't really see any impact that you didn't already get from Ausbildung?
So for my personal job, I wouldn't necessarily need a university degree to thrive on it. I'll probably have to change company, get more experience, get into the right places, apply for what's it called? top positions. And I mean, it's difficult as a Black person. Let's not take that away. So you might need extra backup in terms of, okay, I even did this part-time while also getting work experience. So now I can say, oh, I studied this while also working full-time in this. That is a plus for me, right? But it wasn't like a necessity. I remember telling my boss, oh, I want to do this. And she was like, yeah, go for it. But you don't, it's not needed in the job, right? So me going to study business and economics is also because I am a person that get bored of something really easily, right? So I was just thinking, okay, what if 5 years, 6 years from now, I don't want to be in the logistics sector anymore? Maybe my certificate in business as general, you will always get a placement in most companies. So
I think any
company actually, you should be able to occupy a space. So that was also the reason behind my certification. I could have also done a international logistic bachelor or something related to logistics and something like that. So but I think the major thing is, especially when you're just starting a career, especially when you're coming in from outside of Germany and you are looking into getting into career and getting into like a position and stuff. Check if an Ausbildung is possible. If it's possible, I will advise you to take it over a bachelor's degree or a master's degree. Right? I mean, if you're doing master's program, there is a student job that gives you the opportunity to gain experience and also earn, but it's not a permanent placement. Sometimes it's also never possible to get a student job that fits what you're currently studying. So I think Ausbildung is a pro, and currently I'm working with a friend of mine, Golden Bengori. She's also a YouTuber. We're working on a program that helps Africans secure an Ausbildung space in Germany. Nice. So because I think it's one thing to say, get an Ausbildung, and it's another thing to actually get the Ausbildung.
To actually get, find somewhere where you can apply to get an Ausbildung.
So the program is going to focus on you learning German, because you need German for an Ausbildung. I think that's also one of the barriers why people don't ask.
I think I was going to ask that at some point as well.
So
you said, so is Ausbildung mostly like just entity where the official language is German, or you think or know if there are other like organization that the organizational language is English, where you can also do Ausbildung as well?
So most Ausbildung in Germany are in German, right? In German language, their requirements are mostly B1, B2 German. Some will even go as far as like perfect C1 German and stuff like that. I recently found out that my logistics school in Hamburg had an English class. Right. So their subjects were mainly taught in English. So whether you're talking about Spedition, Verwaltung, any other subject, it was taught in English. So they had their courses in English. So I think they called them the international class and stuff like that. But even at that, even if your school was to be in English, you're still working for a German company. You still have to speak German. You are literally also working as they see you as a full-time employer.
So because we also just checked something, and we saw that there are Ausbildung in Germany that are also in English. So because we just checked, so guys, I think if anyone is interested, there are also Ausbildung that are in English as well. It's not just German, but again,
but they're not very common.
Yes, exactly.
And they're also difficult to get. But if you can learn the German, if you cannot try the English.
Like I said, so learning German expands your horizon and expand your chances and opportunities as well. Exactly. So technically, would you say in terms of career paths and first job after like school, after like Ausbildung school or your master's. So will you say technically people who did Ausbildung earn more than people who did masters?
That's a different topic now. Now with an Ausbildung, you can earn good, right? It depends on how you negotiate when you go to your job interview.
Okay.
I have people I did an Ausbildung with, and they tell me their salary, and I'm just like, I'm never doing that. Rather never work than take that as a salary. And then I have people that they tell me their salary. I'm like, can you hook me up, please? How did you do that? Right. So there is no like, oh, this is the maximum you can earn. This is the minimum you can earn. Okay. Sometimes it depends on the company, your job description, your job role. Sometimes there are people that get into Ausbildung and there is already a managing position waiting for them because they were so good during their Ausbildung period. Now with the master's degree, there is also rules in Germany that if you have a certain certificate, there is a minimum you are supposed to be earning.
Okay.
There is
there's such a rule?
I don't know if it's an unspoken rule, but there is something you're supposed to be earning, right? So I think I had a friend, she's still my friend, that did a master program, and she got a job offer, and the pay was not equivalent to her degree, and the government refused to accept it and give her a residency because they were like, no, this is too low for your certificate or your education or your standard. So I think there is a unspoken, especially for immigrants that are looking to settle now, maybe for a German that has a German document, you don't need the government to validate anything for you. You can take any job you want to do. But I think also, I can't say for a master's, if you have a master's degree, you earn more. It depends on the sector, depends on what you're bringing to the table. If you have a master's degree and experience to back it up, definitely you will be earning more than someone in the Ausbildung. But I can tell you, if I have 10 years experience in logistics and you just come in with, I did my bachelor 3 years, did a master 2 years, and that's 5 years, and you're coming to apply for a position, they probably will take me over you because I have the experience to back it up, right? So it's not necessarily your certificate most times.
Okay. So you made reference to some people that did their Ausbildung and then and then there's a manager position waiting for them, right? So I just want to use that scenario. So I'm not saying that's not all of the cases. It's just a few cases, right? So would you say technically they would rather that person? Again, because the person is just finishing the Ausbildung, right? Would you say they rather have that person in that manager position than someone who did the master's, who has a master's degree for that position as well?
Does the person has experience, or you just did a master's degree?
Same experience, but the only thing is one did Ausbildung and one did masters.
No, then you take the master's degree.
Any master's degree.
I think it's the experience that comes with the Ausbildung that is more of the advantage.
Okay, there's more of the advantage.
So if you're doing a master's degree and you had throughout your master program a student job in a logistic company, then you have the experience as well, obviously.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. I mean, thanks. I think that's really insightful because I think most people don't know these, to be honest. So I'm going to ask, when are you guys going to show your project?
Yeah.
So we can share that with our audience as well and share that with people. I think that's really incredible information.
We are working on getting a a masterclass done first. So I get requests on my YouTube channel and also on personal chats and stuff of people asking me questions. Okay, how do I go about this? How do I translate my documents? Is this equivalent to this? Is this certificate relevant for this position? Is my application form okay like this? How do I go about the visa process and stuff like that? So Golden and I decided to have a masterclass where we first of all address this issue, then we put our heads together amongst other people that are helping us at the background we're already structurizing it and everything, but to officially go online, that you can visit our webpage. We'll be live in Nigeria first because that is my home country.
Nigeria to
we have a company, a physical body in Nigeria. You can walk into our office, talk to people, check out your documents, get it translated and verified, register for our German course, get your certificate, and then so it's a long process. And then we'll help you, because we're in Germany, to apply for spaces in Germany and get the job placement in Germany as well. So that should be going live ending of this year. Finger crossed. If not, No, ending of this year. There is no if not. So we're going live ending of this year, and we're looking forward to that. And check us out, and hopefully that is a success.
Awesome. Yeah, please. So guys, we'll try to give you the information as soon as it's available from sources. And we would also include Instagram handle. There's no webpage for now. So
not now, yeah.
Also YouTube channel as well. We'll add it in the description. So you guys can always go check out and follow up with that as well, in case we forget not to give you the information as soon as we get it. But we'll try to follow up on that and make sure we share that information as well.
Yeah.
I think I have like one last question from my side, right? So, are there any stigma to someone who did an Ausbildung and someone who went to uni? Because there's always, I mean, I'm thinking if there can be, if people might have this stigma that this person wasn't educated, so they just did an Ausbildung and then they're not like properly educated, right? So is there any such stigma, is there any such stigma basically in this situation, or you haven't really seen it, or there's none, generally speaking?
So Ausbildung is not easy. So I don't want us to water it down. Getting an Ausbildung space alone, it's difficult. Hence why we're trying to help people get it. If you successfully finish an Ausbildung, you go through a series of tests. You go through mündliche Prüfung, which is your oral exam. You have a written exam. You have different series of exam. You have, during the course of your 2 years Ausbildung, different probation, different, feedback sessions from your company, your school. You're writing exam back to back. So it's not an easy process. You finishing your Ausbildung alone is something to be proud of. So you are actually educated. And a German Ausbildung is recognized worldwide. It's even highly recognized. So it's also respected. So it doesn't mean, you did an Ausbildung, it's not valuable. Let's put it that way. It's actually, it's incredibly valuable. If there's another word bigger than that, then please help me out, right? So I don't want us to water down the fact that, is there a stigma? Is it better not to get a master's degree? At least I can, if that's what you need for your personal boast that, I'm a master's degree holder, I'm a doctor degree holder, go for it. But in terms of job and career, there is no stigma that comes with, you just have an Ausbildung. If you want to go higher in your career, Aussbildung is a base. So you have also, it doesn't just stop at Ausbildung. That's also another thing. You have the opportunity to become a master in something. You have the opportunity to even train the next generation of Azubis that are coming. You have the opportunity to do a Fachwirt, a Betriebswirt, a Masterschaft. There's different levels that you can attain that are equivalent to a bachelor degree, a master's degree, a doctorate degree, and situations like that. So there is no, from my perspective, there is no stigma actually.
There's no stigma. No, again, right? So from my understanding, from what I know, is that in that specific sector, that specific subject, for me, from what I've seen so far, experienced so far personally, an Ausbildung is equivalent to a bachelor degrees in Germany, precisely. So like they see it in terms of the same
work experience,
more like study based, because one person is studying on a practical level, one person is studying on a theoretical level, basically.
Yeah, you can say that.
Exactly. So that's what I see, and for me, I think again, I actually highly appreciate Ausbildung as well, the way it's structured in Germany, because I mean so in Nigeria, for example, we have what's called learning a trade. So you can have someone learning mechanic under someone else, or learning how to conduct a specific sort of business under someone else. And then, that's just you. They just tell you you're learning work.
Like you're a tailor or something.
Yeah, exactly. So they just say you're learning a trade, and it's not really, there's no really certification or appreciation basically to it, or stuff like that.
Imagine in Nigeria, we had a school that is specialized in mode design, and you have vocational training school for mode design, and it's recognized as if it were to be a university. That stigma will not be there.
It's
the structure actually. It's not the process that is the problem. It's the structural dysfunction in Nigeria. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. So just, thanks a lot for breaking this down. I think now I know a lot about Ausbildung.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have done Aussbildung instead of my master's.
It's never too late. There is no age restriction. You can get an Aussbildung done at 40. I had parents in my class when I was doing Aussbildung, doing an Aussbildung. So there is no age restriction.
So guys, there's no age restriction for doing an Aussbildung. I think like what you and your partner are doing in terms of like creating like a way for people to do this as well, I think it's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
And and thanks for for telling us about it.
Yeah. Thanks
for coming to speak with us on this, and we hope to see you here soon and another time.
Sure.
So guys, it's the end of another episode. I hope this was insightful and helpful, as always. So we would see you next time. Please don't forget to like, share, follow us, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on our social media, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat as well. Yeah, unfortunately we don't have WhatsApp yet, so no WhatsApp. All right. And see you again next time. Bye from me.
Bye guys. Thanks for having me.